right, guys, welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl, Sweet Pea, and we're back with another video. We are here talking to activist Essie Berry, and everyone knows Miss Berry. Everyone knows who she is. She's a champion for the people. She is a civil rights leader, activist, um, just an all around queen. And we're here allowing her to use our platform to actually expose the industry and expose how they basically just, as always, have no value, regard, or respect for the Black woman. So, Miss Berry, could you please let us know what's going on with this with Steve Harvey? What actually has taken place?
Well, I like that you said that we have no respect for Black women because there's something in our legal system now that feels like they can just piss on Black women and we have no voice or nothing to go on. I don't even know where to begin with Steve Harvey because a lot of people ask me where I met him, how I met him. I've never actually physically met this man. I met his wife in passing in 2013 because we was getting ready to do a reality show. I physically met her in 2017 when I became her POA. And in the mix of all this, I got entwined some kind of way. When I found out Steve Harvey lied in 2013, he went to the media. You guys can go back and pull it. Mary went to jail. If you see that or that article where they say Mary went to jail, they said AK Essie Berry, AK. Steve Harvey and his people tried to make me look like a criminal when they said co-conspirator and extortionist. People say, Ms. Berry, won't you just shut up and leave it alone? I'm telling you that a co-conspirator and extortionist can get 20 years to life depending on what you have done. What I noticed is, as a Black woman, they didn't hear my voice at all. No one came back and said, Essie, did you extort Steve? Nobody has clearly came back and asked Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, what did Essie Berry extort from you? And what did she conspire? He can't answer that, nor can any media, nor can anyone show you any tangible evidence that I ever tried to extort Steve Harvey. When, where, how? Was it winter, spring, summer, fall? Was it morning, noon, and night? Was it written? Was it in pencil? Was it in a text message? Was it in crayon? Was it in ink? Was it in markers? And conspired? Who did I conspire with? And show that to me. He felt like I conspired with Mary because I believed her story. I don't believe anybody's story. I go back and do an investigation for myself. I saw the child abuse reports. I saw the police reports. I saw the records to see that there's a violation. As I told you, there's some documents called the Smoking Gun Steve Harvey con job. That is what it's called. You go back there, you guys read it for yourself. You check it out and see what you feel for yourself. It's going to show you how he took this woman's money and what all they went through. All what they went through. But Sweet Pea, let me say this. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. I want to do a reality show. When I found the child abuse because I was abused, then the civil rights activists kicked in. When I saw they said a gag order, Harvey said there's a gag order on her, my civil rights activists kicked in. And because my civil rights activists antenna went up, I lost my show behind that because I didn't know how to stop. I didn't know how to stop when I found something of this magnitude where judges had been paid off, lawyers had been paid off, police had been paid off, and nobody opened their mouth and said anything in Texas, including they put Mary in jail for 2 lies, and they said if I talked to Mary or if Mary talked to me, they were going to put her in prison for 28 years. Murderers and rapists get less time than 28 years. This dude is not the Pope. He's not the president. Why are you trying to silence Black women, period, any Black people? When you see a person continue trying to silence people, then you know something's up. He's committed a crime and he's trying to silence you. Anytime you see someone saying, Your Honor, would you seal these records? You're sealing the records because you don't want anybody to know what you have done. And all Mary Harvey court records are sealed. All Mary court records are sealed in the state of Texas. So when a court case is sealed, and that's a court case, it was in 2005. I did not know Mary Harvey in 2005, but in 2013, that case that is sealed, they put me in that case so I would shut up and not say anything. You can't just go and put me in a case in another whole state. I've never even been to that city, that state, or that county. He went there to Texas to try to do it and put me in a case out there because he knew he had paid the judges. He knew he had paid the lawyers off to violate me.
So what
and
exactly,
other people, and his wife.
What exactly is your connection to Mary Harvey? You said that you were her POA, so you were actually assisting her with, some legal matters, I assume, when she was incarcerated. Is that the whole reason for being a POA?
Okay.
I'm sorry, you fading in and out. Hello? Hello? You're fading. I can't hear you.
You know what, Sweet Pea? Can you hear me?
I can hear you
Sweet
now.
Pea. You want me to change out? I mean, if we go okay now?
I hear you now. No, it's not. I can't hear
Can you
you.
hear me?
No, it's fading in and out. Okay, you're on the phone, yeah. Okay, okay. I know. Stuff like that happens.
Everybody I damn talking about this nigga. I believe he paid Google too. I walked away from Google, but if I had knew that this dude was gonna do this, get up first. It happens every time I'm talking about dudes. So if we have to go back through a little bit, you can use that for the introduction if you want to. You know.
I'm recording this whole thing. My viewers will watch this whole thing because it's kind of ironic that we get cut off once I start asking.
I tell you, it happens to every time, not just you, baby. Every time. They know this nigga guilty. They know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull it up now. But it just like, it starts buffering and stuff. And then I have to change computers. Because I got a couple more people that do one with Shaka Khan. I gave y'all a nickname. I call you Miss Diary.
I know.
Tell my story, my diary, girl. So I started praying last night. I said, God, you're going to bring me warriors. I'm going to sit back. And I ain't just doing this for me, Sweet Pea. I'm doing it for every woman that's been violated behind this nigga. You keep playing games, you want to gag women and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I had a conversation with my viewers earlier today. When we say protect Black women, and we say protect Black women, and we say protect Black men, we need to say that for situations like this. Protect Black women, that is a movement, and that belongs in something like this. I see you right here.
See if I got my back good. Okay, you see my little dollhouse? Hold on.
Yes, it's beautiful. I like that.
Ain't that nice? Okay.
It's really cute.
Thank you. That fireplace worked. Okay, this one better. Now we bump off of this one, there's something wrong. And what we will do then, we would have to call me on the phone and just keep you on. Because they be doing this. So let's rock.
Now, when you were a POA of Mary, is that because she was incarcerated behind the divorce paperwork and whatnot?
No, I was married POA in 2017. Mary came back and sued Steve for murder of the soul because a doctor said Mary's soul had been murdered because of all the violence and negativity that she had went through. She tried to kill herself a couple of times. With that was bad because of the emotional stuff she went through. And if you pull it up in 2017, she sued him for $60 million, murder of the soul. That's when I became Mary POA, before that even happened. But in the mix of me becoming her POA, they threatened us. They stalked her and me. They took her down to Texas. They threatened her, telling her to shut up. In 2017, we weren't even able to tell the judge any of this because the lawsuit was filed in Los Angeles, California. We weren't able to tell the judge any of this because Mary was scared and they had threatened her. They even held her in a courtroom for like 4 or 5 hours. About, we can put you in jail. We can lock you up. A lady named Angela Tucker, a black woman, a black judge, female judge, is the one who did that. And she was the one who put Mary in jail in 2013. They said Mary released videos about sealed documents. There was no documents that they gave me that at that time they said were sealed. And if they are sealed, and I am in that case, I am entitled to see the case. Guess what? They got me in a case that's sealed, and I can't even get the records. How does that work? How do you put someone in a case? And I sent for the records. They told me basically eat boo boo and die. We ain't giving you the records. Oh, okay, no problem.
Well, that's not illegal, because if you are in the case, you are entitled to see the discovery.
Correct. And I was denied the discovery. But see, I didn't ever go to Texas. I should never be in Steve Harvey's case that was closed and sealed. It was sealed in 2005. Why did you come back in 2013 and open it and then put me in it? They opened the case to throw people in it, to shut them up, and they acted like it's legal because you got a black crooked judge in Texas, Collins County, and you got 2 black attorneys, a female named Bobby and a dude named Ricky Anderson, and they're sitting up there helping Steve violate women's rights.
Wow.
And it's okay with the judges. It's okay with everybody. And please make sure you pull up Smoking Gun, Steve Harvey divorce con job. That paper, what y'all see in that paperwork is true, it's stamped, it's sealed, and it's in the courthouse.
Now, what is if there were child abuse allegations and there was proof, why wasn't anything done about that?
Because of Steve Harvey. And some judges, he went down there and had them seal the records so nobody would know. And in 2009, when it happened, they wouldn't even give Mary, the mother, the police reports to the child abuse. It wasn't until I came on the case in 2013 and I found out about the child abuse. I was like, damn, is that why y'all trying to gag her? A lawyer sent me the paperwork. Next thing I know, Mary's in jail. They're saying that she exposed paperwork. I read the paperwork, found out that it was a child abuse report, but I didn't see the report. It was on Winton. And so I called the police station. I said, yo, my name is Essie Berry. I'm a civil rights activist. I know in 2009, you guys covered up child abuse for Steve Harvey in Plano, Texas. Where are the police reports? Because if you don't present them, I'm going to turn y'all over to the police. I had those reports in 2 hours after that I said that. So now, mind you, they wouldn't give them to Mary at all, and she the mother. But in 2 hours, they released them to me. And I was not Mary POA in 2013. I was just a female, and we was doing a reality show called Widow, Wives, and Exes. That's what was the name of the show. It was going to be called Celebrity Housewives. And I was trying to make sure that Mary didn't violate whatever gag order he said she was on. But I was curious to see what even a gag order looks like. All they do is tell you to type up and tell you to shut up. Don't talk about him. Don't say he's a child abuser. Don't say he's a woman abuser. Don't say nothing about this man because it's what it is. If you do, we're going to lock you up.
Wow.
It was in a more professional terminology, but basically that's what it's saying, which basically that's legal blackmail.
And at this time, Steve Harvey, was he employed by NBC? And these networks?
He was employed by everybody up until, I guess, 2018, 2017, when all this stuff started coming out. I know a lot of networks found it. What people got to realize, why would I pick this dude to say he stalked me? Why would he let his, and you've seen some of the videos in your past, in your self diary. So in those videos, this man is letting his face used to call me bitches, sluts, whores, bald-headed. And this is a celebrity man. This is someone who works for Family Feud. And I ain't gonna lie, when I used to see him on that movie with them little kids, the sitcom or whatever it was, the little series with the little kids with the talent, it made me cringe my soul to see him with children. And when I read that police report on what he did to Winton, you can tell on there he had anger issues.
Wow.
He beat him with a sorority paddle and a belt buckle. That's horrible.
And a sorority paddle and a belt buckle.
A sorority paddle, because he's with a sorority, and a belt buckle. And they tried to get me for saying something, but TMZ reported it in 2013. But I was like, dang, y'all reported it. What you gonna do about it? So they can't come get me for some backdoor news. And TMZ had the news and put it out there. Did I put it out there in the beginning? I probably did. But the point of it is TMZ picked it up because those papers existed, and they didn't let Mary see those papers in the beginning. And I got them in 2013. And then that's when the whole thing changed, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been abused before as a child. Yeah. And this lady, she would come and see us being abused, and she wouldn't say anything. And I wondered why. When I saw those papers with Winton in there, I was like, I mean, I wanted to help him. I didn't even care about it being Steve's son. It was the that was there, and I was an advocate, and I saw it, and I'm like, damn, this dude's a monster. And we got police and judges and lawyers covering up child abuse. Is that how powerful your money is? And it's not what I say, it's what I can prove. And he even threatened to lock me up if I say something, Mary, trying to restrain me. He even tried to put a restraining order on a girl named Geneva Closet. You illegally trying to gag and bound women for what reason? Geneva is a co-partner of mine when we was on YouTube. Dude sent her a restraining order. Geneva put it up on her wall and framed it.
Now, that's absolutely terrible. And I'm just bound by law, to even just state that everything here that we're stating, we don't know if it's, we're going to have to say that it's alleged.
I'm not going to do that. I'll cut this shit off right now. I'm an activist diary, and I ain't trying to be funny. I don't do allege. I take account for everything that's on this video. If anybody want to come back for you in any kind of way, do not hold her liable. Everything I'm saying is what I saw, what I experienced, what I know for a fact. I don't say alleged, because alleged sound like you're lying. I don't do alleged. I'm just
well, let's go with it. Let's go with it. Okay. Well, let's go with it, Miss Berry.
We trying to change the name of this game.
That's right. I'm with you.
Standing for women, because I'm gonna tell you something. I had a radio show called Spit It Out. I was in a radio show, and homeboy said, we can't say that. We gotta say alleged. I told him I'm saying a damn thing. Alleged means you're lying. So if you allege something, you say you allege it. But on this show right here, everything that's coming out Essie Berry mouth is not what I say. It's what I can prove. Anything I say, I can put receipts behind it. Ask for the receipt, and I will.
We're going to have those. We're going to have those, because that's what we're known for here at this channel. We don't play that mess, because we don't get up here. We don't serve any purpose. We are trying to protect Black women, and we're trying to stand for Black women. We're not going to get up here and lie for clicks and views and for entertainment. This is not for entertainment. This is we are standing for our civil rights and our liberties as women. Why would we have to be silenced when we're trying to protect a child, and we're trying to expose someone that has created a crime against a child? But because they have money, fame, power, a name, that goes above the law, and that goes above a child's safety, that goes above a woman's safety. You put a Black woman in jail because she's telling her truth?
Yep. Yep, exactly. And this is the thing. They say the paperwork sealed. Oh, okay. Whatever you got sealed is what you got sealed. But they got paperwork with my name on it from this courthouse trying to restrain me. I've never been to Collins County, Texas. How you going to restrain me? My thing is right now, everybody's trying to shut black women up. I even notice when white women get on the mic and they say, oh, man did this. They say, oh, let's put her on the news. Let's lock it down. But when a black woman come, we have to wait. We can't.
We have to say alleged. We have to say allegedly.
Right. And if that means that I had to go to jail for every black woman in America to get my point across, then damn, that's so be it. It's what it is. It's a movement now. We are black women with voices. We need to be heard. I am done with playing with this brother. Look, my thing is, I could have picked anybody else, cuter, handsome. Hell, I probably would have picked Denzel. This dude here, of all people, and then you want to come for me. Why? Because you used to, and Mary said this, but I didn't want to believe what Mary said. Mary said he's abusive, he's a liar. She said he's a narcissist. He told her one time, you can tell the media what you want to. I'm Steve Harvey. They won't believe you. They will believe me. And damn sure, if I had to pull back up those videos in 2013 when I seen Mary, I said this woman was telling her truth. I didn't know whether to believe her or not. I did an investigation and I saw it for myself. Point blank simple.
You know, that's sad. And I would hate, you know, and I'm not going to say that it's unbelievable because we hear stories like this, you know, more frequently as, you know, we go into leaving 2020, going into 2021. We hear stories like this where, you know, people are being exposed for the things that they've been doing. And it's just like celebrity, a name carries more weight than a woman and a child being abused. That's terrible.
Yeah, even their life, you know, it carries more weight because they see the money, they see the fame, they see the fortune. Look, I sued Family Feud. I do got the court date, court number, but I canceled it. After I got that restraining order against Steve Harvey, I filed those papers because this dude still came after me after I got a restraining order on him. But after I got the restraining order, I said, Lord, I'm tired of fighting. I just want to go on with my life. I just want to try to help women now. The point of it is, I don't want to lose because why should I lose on something that should have never happened in the first place? Why should I filed about 5 police reports on Steve Harvey, still couldn't get one police department investigated. A district attorney knew, all white. Everybody I'm talking about was white. Everybody I stood before was white. Everybody that did my cases were white. Every district attorney was white. Every police officer was white. Every police station was white. Every city I stepped in, predominantly white. And they chose not to hear my voice. They chose not to take my police reports. They chose to violate me as a black woman because it was Steve Harvey. Let me tell you something.
And what, Miss Berry, explain to the people what this man did to harassing and what his tactics were.
You can go back and pull some of them up. He had about 5 channels. In these 5 channels, they call me bitches, sluts, whores. They were Steve Harvey face. They was his face. They were his name. They were his likeness. I wrote his attorneys. I told them. They didn't do anything. So the jurisdiction that I lived in at the time, Montclair, California, I went to the police and I said, yo, I went 3 times and I couldn't file a police report. I said, okay, let me do my own police report. I filled everything out and took it to the police station. When I took it to the police station, they brought all my evidence back and said, we're not going to file this paperwork against him. I said, huh? We're not going to go get this man. I said, what? I said, I don't understand. They said, because the dude, his name was Officer Perez. Officer Perez told me that Steve Harvey called the police department where I live in my jurisdiction where he does not live and called and talked to them. So I have a document where it said he paid off Montclair Police. He gave them a donation. Maybe I should do the same thing. I got that document. There's also a video On this video, it said a crazy woman went to the police station. Now, this video was on one of the stalker pages that I named in all police reports, that I named in the Safe at Home program that I'm in. I named it in everything. Anything that I dealt with, I named these channels that I know he paid someone to stalk me. This video said a crazy woman went to the police station to file a report against me. I didn't go file no report against me. I went to go file against Steve Harvey. See, they got so complacent that they didn't know I was paying attention because I study everything. Now, me, and I did Steve Harvey. Then it said, I'm going to send my legal team up there to address it later on in the week against this crazy woman. Who is I? Because I damn sure didn't have nobody by the name of any of these stalker channels. I damn sure didn't have their names on it. And all you got to do is when we get through, you can go see one of the videos, plug it down at the bottom. Let people see how Steve Harvey face is calling y'all out my name and how he's doing. I don't even want to give the site no knowledge of how he's doing. But when you pull the video and you put the link at the bottom of your page, they will see where this man is letting his likeness be calling me bitches, sluts, and hoes. Why me? Why not no other woman? Why Essie Berry? Because he know I know.
You know what the background is with the child abuse and those.
It ain't just the child abuse. It's the marriage. It's the divorce. Wow. It's how they did it. Y'all said Mary was divorced in 2005. Ain't nobody got no credible proof that Mary was divorced in 2005. The girl was still fighting in 2008 and 9. So evidently she thought something was clearly wrong, that she didn't get her percentage like she should have. There was papers that Mary signed, and she signed her shit away for $1. What rich woman gonna sign stuff away for $1? Nobody. But she was on medication. She was dealing with Ricky Anderson. Ricky Anderson was Steve Harvey's divorce attorney. Ricky Anderson was Mary's divorce attorney. So someone didn't get right, but Steve and Ricky were friends. So guess what? There go the black woman getting chopped up again.
That's absolutely terrible.
Conflict of interest.
How can one attorney be the same attorney for each party?
Because they got money, and it's Steve Harvey. And if you got corrupt judges, they'll do anything to grease their pockets.
This is absolutely terrible. This is terrible. Have you spoken with Mary recently? How's she doing?
I'm going to be honest with you. After I didn't talk to her anymore in 2017, because when she went to court, she looked so scared. She looked scared as hell. Like somebody had whatever, you know, and they probably going to pay her. I got some paperwork where they said they going to pay her to tell the truth. They're going to pay her to go to court and try to say something against me. She'll be stupid as hell to perjure herself against me, all that I know. But if you choose to do that, then we're going to rock and let's go. Mary was when I met her in 2017, she was fragile. She was scary to a degree about going back to jail or telling her truth. If y'all saw her in any colors of white, those were videos that I released in 2017 about her truth. A lot of it came out that her voice was able to be heard, but they clearly told Mary she cannot talk to me. Steve, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I got so many mixed feelings about Mary.
Yeah.
Like I went to save her. I went to stand for her as a civil rights activist. I saw her as a woman because I seen a mother who was fighting for a child. I didn't see nothing else. And like, they tried to blame me for having emotions and feelings. And when I saw those police reports and I saw with the back, something just snapped in me. I had never been up under therapy, and I was an abused child. When I say abused, my mother cut my hair with butcher knives, beat us with 2x4, shot at us with guns. I am a prodigy of abuse. And when I saw it, everything just went like haywire. So when I was fighting for her in 2013, I just wanted her to be able to see her baby. I saw a woman who had been broken. I saw a woman who had been scorned. But then a lot of it, you know, you can't help how you feel when you love a man. Right. But she loved him so hard that she allowed her own self to be violated. And that's what we do as women. We allow men to violate us and we don't have a voice. Why can't we have a voice to speak? And when I was abused, I vowed to God that when I get grown, that I would never allow someone to take away my freedom, especially if I knew I was innocent. And I never would allow you to take away my voice.
Amen. I don't know why they do, women. I don't know. It's particularly the Black woman. I don't know what it is that they want to break our spirits. It's like, I just don't understand that. And I am also a product of abuse and sexual abuse. So I definitely understand what it must have felt like to see this woman going through trauma. And it was just the sister in you that, and the activist in you that wanted to help. And now you're paying for it with your life.
I am. And I'm going to be honest with you. I can't regret that I did it. Because, like, on my journey, I met so many positive people. Like Geneva. Geneva just don't take your word for it. She went and she searched and she looked and she was like, girl, you are telling the truth. That was like a ray of sunshine to me because I lived in darkness for this man lying on me for so many years.
Wow, this is powerful. Yes.
So many years. And all I want him to do is say, look, Essie, I made a mistake. You ain't a co-conspirator. And you ain't an extortionist. I didn't wait 30 years and carry my name because that's all I have. You know,
Right.
That's all I have that I know is true to me that I built myself. Some people
And I want the people to understand, you guys, this is the widow. This is the late wife of Fred Berry. Rerun on what's happening. This is an icon in our culture. This is his wife. So we gotta, when we say protect Black women and we really want to build a sisterhood, we can't always want to stop and think, are they lying? I hate that. It's like but we'll believe these entertainers that get up here and these celebrities that get up here and say these Me Too moves. Everything that was happening with Harvey Weinstein and all this, these women just came out and people believed them right off the bat. White women. These white women. And immediately when a Black woman comes out, there is always a climate and an atmosphere of we have to submit the burden of proof. We have to prove what we're saying is true. That's not fair. A white woman doesn't have to prove what she's saying is true. All she has to say is that somebody raped her, touched her, violated her, and the entire country, the entire world is ready to put people in jail, get a movement, Me Too movement, all of this. Black women come out and say they've been violated, and we got to prove. We got to prove. It's time to stop this and really come together as a culture. I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all be in my comments talking about this protect Black women, and you right now, some of y'all will be in the comments asking Miss Berry to prove what she's saying.
All my videos got snatched down because they flagged my page. What part you need me to prove? See, you gotta realize one thing. If I was lying, then there would be a difference between that. Hold one moment, please. Can you talk while I get this? Hold on one moment, baby.
Okay. Yeah, we have to, if we're going to really create an atmosphere of change and we're going to create a dialogue in the Black community, we have to start trusting our sisters and trusting our voices and trusting each other and learning to appreciate when a woman comes forth and shares her truth, shares her story, shares her pain. It takes a lot for victims to come forth. And especially when you're dealing with powerful celebrity. Steve Harvey is a powerful celebrity. He's a brother. We don't want to pull this brother down. That's not what we're doing. But we don't want this sister to lose her livelihood and lose her name because she's carrying a name of her husband. She doesn't want her legacy for her grandchildren and her children, and she don't want her legacy to be ruined and her name to be ruined. Why is her name any less than Steve Harvey's name?
Amen. Amen. I'm sorry to take that. That's what I'm saying right there. Do you know how many of my family members ask me, girl, you better leave Steve Harvey alone. Girl, what you do to Steve Harvey? Ooh, mama, I can't believe that. But nobody had no time to prove. But check this. Why ain't nobody asking Steve where the proof is how I extorted him? Can we do a video on that? Can y'all ask him where is the extortion? I can prove everything I said. I wouldn't have been able to get a restraining order if I didn't be able to prove it. There's videos that got my house being blown up and shot up by cops. I'm going to send it to you. I made sure that I got enough to show the negativity and the energy, the hateful, disrespectful things that were said. And none of it started until I became Mary Harvey's POA and friend. And in 2017, I got to really know who she was. And I want to thank you guys because this is an interview. So I may get emotional at times when I think about certain things because didn't nobody know my truth. Don't nobody know what I've been through. Everybody trying to like cover Steve. Cover him for what? Why would I be stupid enough to why he ain't sued me for anything I said then? Why this man ain't went and got lawyers? Because you know. And before I let a lawyer buy me out, I will stand by myself with the truth because I've seen at least 15 lawyers be bought out behind this dude, if not more.
And that's what I want to encourage the public to understand: the word extortion and the word conspire. Those are heavy. That's heavy. There are other words that they could have used, but they are using that because they know that's serious, and they know that Miss Berry knows that that's serious because she knows the legal jargon as being an activist. So they know what words to use. You guys got to remember, this is the type of tactics that were done to our civil rights leaders, such as the Black Panthers. When you can get a group of people to rally behind a cause, that's dangerous. And they don't like for people to rally behind causes.
That's why they flagged my page. I can show you a video where they had a flag party to flag my page to take my videos down. Then 3 days of it was on the 16th of September, I think, or the 20th, somewhere up in there. They had a flag party to flag my page to take my videos down for copyright infringement. Copyright infringement is when
they were your videos. They weren't their videos. They were your videos.
No, they were their videos. They were their videos. Where they were threatening me with Steve face on it, where they were calling me out my name with Steve face on it, where they were saying I had $1 million bounty on my head, they had Steve face on it. So I took the videos from the stalker page and I videoed them and I downloaded them on YouTube on my page. I just renamed them Steve Harvey Stalking Essie Berry. Steve Harvey paid off the judge. And they flagged my page for the videos. They had his copyright. There were his names. There was his likeness. That's what they flagged my page for copyright infringements. Please look up copyright infringements and show what it means. And every video that they flagged had Steve Harvey face on it, where they were saying that basically that I'm an extortionist. If he didn't say it, why he got it on videos? If he didn't say it, why was it on that document you seen? Because they said it. But what's really pissing me off, I'm the victim because I was accused of a crime I did not commit. And I was praying that he showed up at the restraining order. I sent the restraining order to 3 different places to make sure that he got it. And he didn't even show up because I want to ask him to his face why. I'm not even angry like that no more because I'm trying to find my way to God. But just to know that you roll with this lie and you keep coming for me. And for what reason did you want this lie to ride that you think that you can break me? See, he was so used to selling people. Like some guy named, you can look it up. I think his name is Collins. He got a gag on that dude. Mary, he got a gag on her. He tried to gag me. He tried to gag Geneva. Why are these judges allowing this one black man to gag people? And our people at that? Dude ain't gonna go. I bet you ain't gonna. I bet he ain't trying to gag one white person. He's not going to. He can't, because you want to play this game. They silenced Mary for years and she couldn't say anything. When I came along, Mary said I was like a breath of fresh air. I got letters when she told me what was going on. And I'm writing a book right now. I'm going to put it all in the book. Everything. The restraining orders, everything, every police report I filed, every document I wrote, I'm putting that in chapters of the book. It's not what I say, it's what I can prove. I own those documents. I own the documents. When I wrote Steve Harvey lawyer and said, yo, I know y'all blackmailing Mary. I know you're a child abuser. I know you're a woman abuser. You're blackmailing. I got a letter in 2014. I save a lot. I know that you're blackmailing her and now you're trying to blackmail me, but I'll walk away, because what they did, okay, after I came in Mary's case and I found out everything, she was supposed to go to court. When she went to court, she called me. She said, yo, Essie. I said, what's up, Mary? 2013. Remember it clear. She said, they finna put me in jail. I said, girl, get out of here. For what? She said, them damn videos you put up. I said, okay. I said, what do you mean? Just tell them I did it. She said, you think they gonna believe me? So I got off the phone with Mary. I called the courthouse, asked for Angela Tucker. She didn't even get on the phone. She went and called the white lawyer named Paget, was supposed to have handled abuse. If anybody go to jail, he need to go to jail too, because this guy, Daryl Paget, he handled the child abuse and let that baby went back up there with Steve in Georgia. So when I called her, she wouldn't get on the phone, but she called this lawyer Paget. She asked this dude, did you give Essie Berry papers? This dude said no. I got emails sent from him showing he gave me the papers, but we ain't gonna check the law. We just want to put Mary in jail because she's talking about Steve Harvey. Steve went back to Angela Tucker and said, yo, they talking about me. They discredited me. I'm trying to get my show started with Family Feud. Please do something. So they put Mary in jail. They put Mary in jail December 7th, 19th, 2013. She got released on this dude's birthday, January the 19th, 2014. So 2013, December 19th, she went to jail. January the 19th, 2014 is when she got out. So she spent Christmas and New Year on Christmas because he asked for it to be done. He didn't care about how Winter felt. He didn't care about who else he felt. They all in the limelight, got Mary baby. How you think it feel? This woman can't see her baby, send another woman raising her baby. You locking me up because I can't tell the truth. You taking away my freedom, my voice, and I'm trying to fight for my baby because I'm trying to prove the monster that you are. You're going to continue to violate me, and I was married to you and I gave you a child. Now you want to take some woman and marry her while you still married to me? Because if they was really truly divorced in 2005, why was Mary fighting in 2007? Why was she fighting in 2008, y'all? Why was she fighting in 2009? Mind you, she was still going back and forth, and they said the divorce was final. None of this was supposed to come out because they had a gag order on Mary not to say nothing. What we do, soon as Mary come out as a victim and her voice being heard, everybody say, oh, Mary lying because this Steve Harvey.
But why? This is absolutely, this is what is really killing my spirit. Why does the Black woman have to prove the truth is what she's saying is true? Why can it not be believed because it's Steve Harvey? A celebrity is not a god. He is a man. He is only a man. It has been proven that men that are celebrities, judges, lawyers, pastors, preachers, they all fall short of the glory of God. They all can commit a crime, can commit a sin. See, they're not perfect.
I don't want people to think like I have a personal vendetta. I need to know as a woman, why did it be done? And I felt like the whole court system raped me. When Mary,
I agree.
Yeah, forces, even Mary. But Mary she wasn't vital like I am. I hold more caliber than Mary because I'm a civil rights activist. Do you know I have a 100% winning rate? This dude didn't want me, he didn't want to lose. I don't want to lose, but I'm going to stand for the truth. If I was lying, I would have walked away a long time ago. I could be up under the jail if I was lying, but I still go back and say, why not one media, a victim with no voice? Why didn't one person, one blogger, one person say, hey, Essie, what did you extort from Essie? What did you extort from Steve Harvey?
There is nothing that
they continue to say I conspired with Mary Harvey. I beg the difference. I have letters where I wrote.
Okay, what did you guys conspire to do? This is what is
the reality show to get a reality. I was conspiring to get my reality show with my agents with a dude named Aaron Long from VH1. This is what I conspired with these people. I don't even know what the hell he talking about. But when I found out about the abuse, it was better to put those words on it because they had already tainted Mary's career or her name. My name, go back and look, from 2013, there was nothing ever foul on Essie Berry.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what I have, because this is my first time when you and I have got in touch with each other. This is my first time hearing of this. But as far as Mary Harvey, I can honestly say that she was painted as a crazy person. That her mind. That's what I thought. That she must have lost her mind because he left her for another woman.
And see, you just check it out. You just contradicted what you said. You know why, Diary? Because listen, baby, you look like everybody else look. You painted something right. So it ain't just
but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm. This is what I'm trying to prove. That's what I'm stating, that every time they put the black woman in the media, it's always got to be that she's crazy. And then in my mind, I'm like, did she get upset because she was with another woman?
Well, I would be mad if I had a mansion and he came and threw me out my mansion and took it back and then took my baby and then go take my baby and live with another woman who got children and put children. I would be angry about things
but see, and I'm not saying that. I absolutely agree with that. But that's not what we are told. We wasn't told that's how it went down. You know what I'm saying? We told that she went crazy. That's why he left her. Like,
but see, that's the things that down, Diary. That's why I had a lot of followers. And if you know me, people see me on the page, they be like, damn, that's Miss Berry. We know her. And if you go on Shaka page, they're gonna say, yeah, Miss Berry had documents. Now certain documents I cannot show on there because now it's out and they saying they sealed, they put me in a case. But if I'm going to speak my truth about anything that I've done or something that I received, I ain't scared about doing nothing that I
know. That's right.
We can do this. We can roll whichever way we want to roll. I'm a civil rights activist. I'm the prodigy of Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman.
That's right.
Bloodline that I bleed to get my people for freedom. And when I fight whatever ability in me, everything, every source, every power, every God that I know my God will help me fight with my spirit. He didn't teach me to be afraid. He taught me to be strong. He taught me to have courage. And he taught me after I got abused to have a voice. If Steve and his people had took time to know me instead of discrediting me, they would have never came this way in the first place because they didn't know all this was going to come at the volume that it have came to now.
Well, see, I think, in my opinion, people are so obsessed with the idea of a celebrity and being a celebrity. And, he's caught up in the celebrity and the money and the power that it's all about silencing anyone that will contradict this image that he's created. And we're not going to do that here. We stand for truth. And I interview celebrities on my platform and I do documentaries, but I stand for truth. I don't give a damn what name you have. If you are an abuser and you abused a child, you need to pay for that. If you are an adulterer and you cheated on your wife, you need to be held accountable for that. You don't get to get away with things just because you have money. And then the black woman is second, we just to be discarded like some trash because we don't stand up to money. You know, we're less than. That's over with. Those days are over. Black women are standing for themselves. We standing together as sisters. That's what I keep trying to push on this channel. If you come over here, you better be prepared to be a sister. You better be prepared for a sisterhood. We don't bash each other over here. We call the shit out. And that's why I spend so much time on the bullshit and exposing other bloggers for the shit that they do, because they've created an atmosphere amongst each other of separation when we need to be coming together. Because if we all report this story all at the same time, we'll make some noise. We need to come together. We need to learn how to come together. We've been divided for too long. They've divided us with money and conquered us with money, power, prestige for too long. It's time to get rid of that. We need to overlook that. It's time for us to come together just because we're black women. We got to stand for something, y'all. We got to stand for something.
And this is the thing. For the power, I don't want no messy bloggers on mine. I want somebody who's not trying to get it out because we doing it because I'm married to Rerun. I know you're not doing it for that, or because I'm an activist.
No.
I don't consider myself as a celebrity. I want you guys to know that I think you're a celebrity, Diary. I think your people are a celebrity. I do.
Right.
I'm just letting you know I'm very honored to be on your platform with you. I saw you and I saw where you was trying to make a difference, and I like that we have connected. So I want to thank you very much for that. A lot of times celebrities are not humble because they feel like they are above the law or you can do whatever. They're just a person who got a little money behind them. There's a lot of things that's going to come out about my husband too. Because I know Geneva and I trust her, I'm allowing her to do the documentary on my husband, and we're going to be able to do some things together too. I'm with my world. I don't share everything with everybody. I'm not going to just give somebody a story because they giving me $1. I'm going to stand for what I believe in and keep it in my world, whatever that means to everybody. Won't say it, you know what I'm saying? Because
yes,
soon as money get behind you, then you think you can just dog people and do what you want to do. It's not that. You got to stand by what God believes. Trouble don't last always. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. My job this year is to get to heaven. Every night when I go to sleep, I ask God for forgiveness. God said he will make my enemies my footstool. He said no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So whatever this may be, it's just a learning experience. And I had to learn that. And you guys are talking to a woman, a prodigy who survived the stalking of Steve Harvey. And let me tell you something, as a strong woman that you hear at 51 years old, one night they was talking, they had a site, it was called Ghost in the Attic. This was another site that they used to stalk me. When they was talking about my mother, because my mother had mental illness. They was talking about me being abused. They had me tied down in a bed with me being abused. They had the board. They showed my eye black. These are the kind of things that this man did on these videos. It's not what I say. I have copies of it. They was talking about how nobody don't love me. They're going to put me in a mental ward. My mother died because she did. It was horrifying. It was over 150 videos on this station and all this playing out on YouTube. That's why I had sued YouTube, because they allowed that to happen.
right.
And at the end of the day, they have stalk videos and saying they have all these different laws. They don't care about black women.
Well, let me explain that. And you are 100% accurate, because they actually shut my channel down for 7 days for me trying to expose the celebrity rituals that go on in Hollywood. And they actually shut my shit down for a week. And all I was doing was showing my viewers videos that were already broadcasted on YouTube. They stated that I violated, what was it? Deceptive practices, and I was promoting deceptive practices. They said that they knew the video wasn't mine. They knew that I was showing somebody else's video, But because they told that person to edit the video and they didn't, I'm going to receive the strike.
See?
I tried to appeal it and I appealed it, and they immediately turned back around in 5 minutes after sending the appeal and denied it. How did you review an appeal in 5 minutes?
And if you notice, you got to know I'm telling you the truth when I sued YouTube, because a whole lot of policies changed. I sued YouTube back in February of last year. Then all this stuff started changing because they're allowing people to be bullied, but how you got a policy for bullying if you ain't gonna allow people?
Correct.
You got a policy for bullying, but you don't stand by it. So it's some slick ways that they try to get around the law to violate victims and silence them. There's a law that people try to silence victims called the SLAPP law. The SLAPP law is when you try to silence somebody and basically saying it's freedom of speech, but it shouldn't be freedom of speech to sit up there and antagonize somebody. It goes beyond freedom of speech when you cyberbullying somebody. But because I had got the restraining order and I was just tired of going through it, but I ain't scared to file a lawsuit against nobody. I just said, let me stop, God. Let me just go on about my business because I got restraining order. I can live in peace. So to know that all these things are still transpiring and going on, YouTube have changed a lot of their policies since me suing them. I can tell you that for sure. If you go back and look at the policies now compared to last year, 2020, first part of February, check and see the things that has changed. And they knew that I wasn't playing with them. So I looked at that too, that they knew that. That's why they was like, yo, because remember what I just said? And see, I didn't know that what you just said existed. You remember I said I took those violent videos off of Steven's page and put them on my page. That is why they came to you like that, because that did not exist until then. So basically, they're saying that, okay, you know the videos over there, but to put them over there, and then they were monetizing those videos as well. So now that's a new law that I know that's on YouTube that I know for sure that I made a difference in, because
you can't monetize off of it.
Yeah, but they were in the beginning. Before I did this with Steven, I'm telling you, every dirty video that was on their page, I took it and put it on my page, and then they was monetized, and they saw all that too. And it wasn't because I was monetizing trying to get paid or nothing. I wanted to see would you let that type of violence be promoted against a black woman and you get paid on it because it's on your station. They were new, so they couldn't get monetized. I think I have 30,000, 40, whatever it was, people on there because I'm not a blogger. I'm an activist. I went to the internet to tell my truth, to tell my story. That's what I was there for. No more, no less. And in doing that, I got violated. And see, and then I took their videos so they wouldn't lie and say, oh, no, we didn't stalk Essie Berry. I had videos to prove otherwise. I beg the difference. And so that's why when I got the restraining order, they pulled them down. But the point of it is, whether they pulled them down or not, it should have never been able to be done in the first place.
Absolutely. And we want to emphasize everyone out there that is watching and listening. Essie has a restraining order. A judge ordered a restraining order on her behalf. So if there wasn't any stalking or harassing being done, why would the judge order and give her a restraining order? You don't just get a restraining order for nothing being done. You have to show what's being done. And listening to Miss Mary and knowing her history and knowing what she's capable of, I'm pretty sure she went there with the proof, with the documentation, and she was ordered a restraining order. So if there wasn't anything being done, she wouldn't have gotten that.
I want to thank you very much for clarifying that, because people really don't know that. You cannot get a restraining order because my name is Essie Berry and I'm a civil rights activist. You have to have concrete proof. Matter of fact, I was being stalked. I started being stalked in 2017. I was called a co-conspirator in 2013 when he lied, but I had to keep silence on anything because I know how I am, and Winter was still a minor. I told Mary that I would never violate Winter, but it was eating me up inside as a woman that I knew I wasn't a co-conspirator, an extortionist. But you got to realize too, I was being blackmailed by Steve and his people as well. They said, if you say anything to anybody, I got a letter. I'll show you the letter. if you say anything to anybody, we're going to put Mary in jail for 28 years. So I sat 2 years, 14, 15, 16. I said at 17, they're going to have to put Mary ass in jail because I'm going to clear my name. Winter's a grown ass man. You a woman, whatever you going to do, you going to do. She contacted somebody who knew me. They contacted me and Mary said, Essie, I want to help you stand. And I want to tell the truth about Steve. Because she was still up on the therapy, I went in here and took her POA because I knew she wasn't as strong as me. And then a doctor came involved. I'm not even sure now. I think they may have sent this doctor to try to pay them because I got a letter from the doctor, where they wanted me to 5150 Mary. Steve, they was going to keep Mary in a mental ward. When they kept Mary into a mental ward, they were going to have me 5150. He was going to have a suite inside the mental ward in Texas where Mary reside up until her demise. And it says it just like that.
No, it doesn't. Are you serious?
Yep. And it was a doctor named Denise Ray. She was talking to Steve. I just remembered it. See, when you're going through so much shit, you don't remember stuff.
Yeah, right. It's been so much.
Said everything I'm telling you. The letter said he was gonna have one in Texas and he was gonna have one in California. He pretty much was gonna be the CEO of these mental wards. And they said Mary could stay there until her demise. And when they talk about 5150, when you put them knives, you lost me. 5150 is to put her away like she ain't got good sense. And then you thought I was gonna fall for that. Anybody else who had Mary been her POA or anything like that, if she did that, and they could have did that, Steve, with the power he had, they would have been able to pay me off behind closed doors. I would have 5150 her. They already had the buildings because he had some property down in Texas. And I guess they had found a building in California.
You right, because he has a home in Texas too.
He has several homes in Texas, and one of the homes is what he was gonna make his the hospital out of.
I do know that for a fact. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
He loves Texas. Yeah. He loves Texas.
That's where all this shit is at. You know why he loves Texas? Because he can pay him off. That's where Mary got gagged at. That's where them documents sealed at. That's where all the lies told at. That's where the judges got paid at. That's where the attorneys got paid at. That's where the attorneys got paid. That's where the DAs got paid. That's where the police got paid.
I am absolutely believe that because the reason why I say this is because I used to listen to his show on the radio, and I remember where some car dealership gave him an F-150 truck, and he was showing himself driving it in Texas. He has golf courses in Texas, and he was holding a golf match or celebrity match every year out there. So I know that he had a big ass property in Texas.
And that's probably was one. I don't know quite where it's at, but I got the paperwork. I'll send it to you. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. That was sent to me. I was married POA at the time. I'm sure they don't want that exposed, but it happened. You know, you gonna ask me to 5150 her at her demise. Now this is in 2017. He in Family Feud. He on all these different shows. When I got that letter in 2017, what the hell you thought I think they was gonna do? I think that they was gonna try to con me into putting Mary 5150 in her. Then the doctor said that she could tell them that I could tell Essie what to do. I got her too. She a patient. I'm not a patient of yours. I'm not fucking stupid. I'm watching you. I ain't signed nothing with you and really needed it Mary. But somehow this letter was wrote to Steve Harvey's attorney. The attorney's tried to come get some money behind the doctor's back. Because at one point, when all this was going on in 2017, at one point, Steve had set a meeting to meet Mary, to meet that doctor, and they were supposed to fly out to Atlanta. I don't know what Steve was going to do. I'm not sure. But then when they went to court, it was some kind of way to me, Steve, lawyer backdoored this doctor, and they went to court. And when they went to court, the doctor went there and everything went haywire because Mary didn't want to deal with the doctor anymore because Mary felt like the doctor was crooked and she was a liar. And we just seen a lot of red flags. Her name was Denise Ray.
Wow.
And just to make a letter, anybody to see that letter to show where he was talking about her demise should be sick on their stomach.
Right.
And I give you the court documents. If they ain't sealed it, trying to cover it. I don't know why they would seal it. They tried to seal everything else they made. That would be, you could probably pull it up in Los Angeles courthouse if you want to pull up the documents. But certain documents like that, I would think they'd be smart enough because they illegal crooks to take it out. So I made sure everything I'm telling you, I kept at least 5 copies. I have copies. I have destination people that have them too, just in case somebody do something and try to say, Essie, you lying. It's always my statement. It's not what I say. It's what I can prove. That's how I got the restraining order. It's not what I say. It's what I can prove.
And absolutely, because I've been issued a restraining order against someone, and they don't play with that. When they issue a restraining order, they want to be sure that it is legitimately being issued, because they know that it's going to be protective of your emails, your phone calls. The person can't stalk you through themselves or through other people. And he's using other people to stalk you.
And that's called vigorously liable. It's called vigorously liable. Look that up later on. So that means that somebody else, you pay somebody else, it's you. That's the thing.
That's right.
You get somebody else to do it. Like if my face is on 20,000 videos calling this man out his name, that's my site. To put his name on a video, you can't say I'm antagonizing you because you're doing the same with me. My thing is, I would have never reacted if you had not reacted. I can show y'all right now, if y'all just want proof, and I'm gonna say this because if I could pull this, I could pull anything else you ask me. I can show you right now where Steve violated that restraining order on my Instagram.
Wow. Wow.
How about that?
Wow. Well, I absolutely believe everything you're saying, and I know that you have proof and you can back up everything, because I wouldn't allow you to be on my platform if I did not. I believe immediately. For some reason, it sits in my spirit that it's time to believe Black women first before we doubt.
I like that. It's time to believe Black woman first before we doubt. And let's see if we can start a petition against violence against Black women and our voices being silent. Sign the petition. I still got some stuff going on right now. If y'all want to stand with me in unity, please, everybody who hear this and I'm coming back on, hear this video, support Diary. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Y'all better share this video, because you don't, and you're on her page, I'm going to go on your page to talk about you. Don't come on this page, give her no comment, and y'all ain't shared the video. So if I see you on here, I'm telling you, I ain't stalking y'all. I'm coming to tell you, don't be commenting on her page, because if I'm on that next time, y'all like, yeah, Diary, I got you, girl. We do this. And I see y'all live, I'll be like, now, girl, you wouldn't even, I didn't even see on your page you shared it. So you guys share, like, and subscribe if you're trying to support this woman who's bringing things to the forefront. Because a lot of people did not believe that I was stalked. I could have went on anybody's platform. When I first started this, you know who platform I went on?
Huh.
Tasha K.
Wow.
That's how Tasha K got to be where she is. Nobody knew that. In 2017, Tasha K came in and said, Miss Berry, I seen all the paperwork you picking up. You got a big story. I might even got the videos, me and her talk. And she said, I really want to talk to you. I'm for you. I want to be for the Black women. I want to start helping you any way that I can. So what can we do to, what can I do to help you or whatever? And basically after that, I did the videos with her because she said she had 60,000 subscribers. She said if I did it with her, it would take her platform to 100,000. I ain't know nothing about this YouTube stuff.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
So she was worried about where it was going to take her platform.
Yes, it was. And Mary didn't like her. Mary said, I ain't
still like that.
Hey, check this though. I said, Mary, this gonna be good for you. Mary said, I ain't doing that with her. She said that chick lying. We ain't gonna do that. Well, she said, oh no. Mary didn't want to deal with it because she felt like she was a drunk and she was a liar. And then she had did a video. It was called Dark Ugly Wife to Pretty Light Skinned Wife. She was talking about Mary.
Yeah.
So Mary was already upset, and I had to tell Tasha K, Tasha, why would Mary want to do a video with you? And basically, you sitting up there.
Y'all heard it here first. Tasha, this is what she does. She puts her foot in her mouth. Now you wanted to do a story with somebody that you just was fucking talking about. This is why you got to be for Black women. You have to really be. If you're really for your sister.
She fed that to me that she was for Black women. But Mary seen her platform. Mary said, oh, hell no, to the hell no, to the hell
No.
Mary was like, Essie, I ain't doing it. You just see. Mary went off. Mary, I ain't going on that with her. Did you see what she just said? I said, Mary, I said, this is a sister that's trying to get your story out, not knowing that I knew that she would become the person that she is right now. If I had knew that, because it was not about the views, because she ain't have a 60,000. She wasn't even known at that time. You did what I'm saying? She ain't have a 60,000 views. She explained to me about the YouTube thing. I was like, girl, I don't really care about none of that. You came to me. You said you with Black women. You trying to do something. And she straight told me, after all this is over with, she will use you and then let you go. She don't want to have no more relationship with you. Then after I left alone for a minute, she saw me being stalked. She saw me being threatened. She saw me being cyberbullied. She didn't come back and say, Miss Berry, could I help you? I'm sorry for you. And I really gave you your start. Without me, people wouldn't even knew Tasha K. You sitting up like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be funny and stuff. She said, Miss Berry, I can show you how to do your platform to get more views. I told her, if I got to get drunk and be like that, I don't want that. For 5 people on there saying, hallelujah, I can't do that because I'm not a blogger. I'm a civil rights activist. The only reason I took to YouTube because media shut me down, Steve shut me down, people were lying and kept lying and nobody wanted to tell the truth. And then one day Tasha K called me and I'm looking in my box and I see her number. Mind you, we ain't said shit to each other. And there's a video on my page where I was talking to her because I know she was dealing with Storm Monroe. I was supposed to go on Storm page. But when I seen him disrespect Jaguar as a Black woman, no disrespect, because I ain't got nothing against Monroe.
Yes, Miss Berry.
That your mama like that, your sister like that, your auntie like that,
yes,
your grandma like that, player. What would you do? I don't care how many views you got, because you thought you was proper. You got a ding-a-ling slinger between that, I guess, and you gonna sit up here and disrespect a woman? Don't even. I'm not even gonna play those games. And it wasn't that. So
that's what they do. That's what they do over there. They like to use up the Black. See, I already exposed Storm Monroe. He doesn't even like himself because he was bullied by Black kids and Black people when he was younger because he looked weird. So he has this dislike for his own race, but he will use us for clicks and views and use us for material and use us as an audience. And I keep telling my Black people, it is time to stand against people like that just want to use you for a click and a view, for a like and a share. They don't give a fuck about you.
Well, you listen though. Let me beg the difference on that. You cannot give a flip about me. Get your likes and views because when you don't do what you're supposed to do, somebody else will.
Okay.
I don't know Storm not to like him. I don't like what he did because I have to say when he talked to me, he was very mannerable. He was respectable. I kind of like the cat. The only reason I didn't care for him because I know you dealing with Tasha K and no disrespect, but I just felt she was a snake. And I don't do that. And once you cross me once, and then you do, one was too many, 2 is enough. You don't even get a third time to come back with any stuff. So we ain't gonna play no games with you on that level at all. So other than that, now I told Storm because I know you dealing with Tasha, I prefer not to do the interview and because of the Jaguar thing, because I thought Storm was better than that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even look right drunk. Homie didn't look right getting drunk. He didn't even look right smoking. Dude, if you're going to get a crown, don't get a Burger King hat. Go get a real one. Spray paint it so you can't see the Burger King on it. If you're going to crown yourself as a king, then be a king. Don't be something sloppy because you're wearing a crown, because that didn't represent a king. That represented, to me, I saw Tasha K coming out of him.
Yep. You're right. That's her protege.
Yeah. And I get you about the clicks and the views, but that's what people are on here for. Y'all on here to make money, but YouTube is making more money than you. But if you gonna make it, tell the truth. Geneva just had an interview with Master P about his movie, and she had it with the producers. They have seen her content, how she expresses herself, how we are affiliated, and they're reaching out, and she got less than Tasha K. Represent. She got less than Storm and Master P, which is higher than all them put together on this mic, came and reached out to Geneva, a sister that's with me. Now, when we came out on YouTube, everything we did, somebody bit off of. We came up with pajama night. We had pajama jams on Saturday nights. The stalkers started having pajama jams. We had what you call pop-up. So we just popped up today, right? So if we pop up and people be like, pop up, pop up. Pop up, boom. Pop up, it's here. You know what I'm saying? Just, and everybody done pop up, pop. Just give us something fun. That was our pop-up thing. They came with that, and somebody tried to stalk us about that. If you go back and look, everything that me and her did, they came back some way literally and tried to like hook it with ours so their videos of their stalking would come up. So it has been a nightmare to me, and I have to say, for the women who survived the stalking of Steve Harvey, Geneva Closet, CT, go get her. Just CT from Chicago Talk, Geneva Closet, not trying to be funny, Carmen Kaboom too. But Carmen Kaboom started going on the stalkers page after all this happened. A chick named Paula Banks. Paula Banks called herself Mama Pam. Her too. She was on my page at one time, and me and her had a conflict of interest. And I wasn't trying to be rude to her. I was just trying to be honest. So she come talking on this page, and I told her it seemed like her elevator got stuck somewhere, because if we talking about victims and you start talking about something else, that's like a conflict of interest. Right. So then she went on a YouTube and trying to like go at me. I couldn't go back at her because I said, your eyebrows not even straight. I couldn't even get past her eyebrows and talk to her. You know what I'm saying? So now you want to go and you want to be on Spookim channel. So then she started going on all the stalker pages, and she was co-signing with them after she had, see what I'm saying? So every woman that came and tried to stand for me went against me some kind of way.
That's because that's the oldest trick in the book, Miss Berry. Divide and conquer.
Well, they did my sister. I don't even want to call her name. She my older sister. She the one making more comments in the stalker boxes than anything. I got a copy with a $2,500 check, and it got her name on it, made from B. Harvey. Who is B. Harvey?
Robert Harvey. Oh, wow. That's Steve. That's his first. Because, see, people don't know that. That's his first name, Broderick.
Right.
Broderick Steve Harvey is his real full name.
Right.
Wow.
See? And then they supposed to have paid my sister off. And she said they gave her fried chicken and 2 pieces and a biscuit. So they paid you $2,500. That was a restraining order. Fried chicken and a biscuit. But you say, and they talk about all this kind of stuff on the stalker page. And now my sister trying to say that she didn't do it, but she forgot she signed an affidavit saying she did it. But she lied to the court. You see what I'm saying? Just to get some money, I guess. And she let them dudes make a fool of her over there on that page. They be telling my sister talking about me now on that page.
And what they're doing, they are, what would you say? They are deflecting from the fact that we need to protect Black women. We need to allow our sisters' voices to be heard. Y'all can hear that my allergies are starting to, oh, wow. That's her restraining order.
Nope.
Oh, no. That's the check. She was paid. Look at that. Wow. B. Harvey.
The name?
Regulators.
That's what
Wow.
we dealing with the regular. See the name, B. Harvey?
Wow. We provide receipts. It's there.
Why you
Wow.
gonna let somebody make up something like that if that ain't you, bro? Why would you let somebody do that with your face and stuff on it if it ain't you? Okay, the restraining order. You remember 2018? We're gonna have to try to break this up some too. You know it's gonna be long. You're gonna break pieces. Okay. Remember, I told y'all in 2018, I went to go get a restraining order against Steve Harvey. I served him and everything. When I showed up there in 2018, the judge told me, look, I don't believe that you're being threatened. I don't believe that you're being stalked. And I looked at him like, what? And he laughed. He said, why would Steve Harvey threaten you? So this was a restraining order in 2018 when I got, and they didn't give it to me. See his name? I'll send you.
Why would Steve Harvey threaten you like you're nobody?
Right. So now I'm saying, now that was the restraining order for 2018. Okay. So I'm just telling y'all, but after the judge did that, I just was so discouraged. I was hurt. I was upset because here we go, believing another celebrity and not believing a victim.
Wow.
Okay, so you see that.
Steve Harvey,
and I a better copy. Now, if I just told you that, now mind you, I'm still being stalked in 2018. I filed a police report. They said it was $1 million bounty on my head. They said if I say Steve Harvey name again, we were forced to put $1 million bounty on your head. So that's why I turned around and I was under a restraining order because I was able to show enough evidence to show that Steve had stalked me.
Exactly, because they're not going to give you, I keep telling people, they're not going to give you a restraining order if you don't show proof. And it had to have been satisfactory for you to get that restraining order.
Right. So hold on. So, and people got to realize you can't just get a restraining order because you say so. You can't just get a restraining order because my name is Essie. You have to get a restraining order because you're being stalked. You're being harassed. You're being threatened. So remember you guys in 2018, I said, yo, I was being threatened. I was being stalked. I was being harassed. And the judge laughed. I came back 2020, 2 years later as a victim. I'm in a program called Safe at Home, but this was my 2018 restraining order.
There it is. And that got court stamps on it.
Oh, yeah. Who name on it? Let me see if I see that dude name. Let me go. Okay, well, here's on it. Make sure you pay attention to what you said with that B on it.
Yeah, that got court stamps on it. There it is. Broderick Steve Harvey. Yep. And there's the court stamp up at the top.
And that's when I first, because they were
there you go, where it was filed. It's filed right there. That's an official document. That's the judge's signature. That's a stamp. There go the seal. Yeah, that's an official document. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Point proven.
So there you have it, guys. Like, it's obvious that we need to stand with Miss Mary and all other Black women that voices are being silenced. It's time for us to stand and take our place. We cannot allow people to keep silencing us, keep silencing victims' voices because we're Black and we're somehow less than, we're less credible than a white woman. Enough is enough.
And
Miss Mary, close this out because we're going to close this because I know we're going to have a couple more talks. Guys, we're going to close this out. My allergies are really starting to bother me. I can't even breathe. So I'm just going to say my piece. You have my full support here at the Sweet Pea Diaries. You are welcome to use my platform whenever, however. We stand behind you. We believe every word. You, Mary Harvey. Mary Harvey, you are welcome here as well. I know, sister, that you have been muted. You've been silenced. You've been made to believe and make your own self think that you're crazy.
No, I don't think that. They gagged her. Like, we out here. So if she was say something in Texas, girl, do you know they'll go get her right now, try to put her in jail? If she come
That's
out,
terrible.
isn't
So
it?
she don't even got freedom of speech.
No, because they get, and this the thing. He can tell his story, he can make as much money as he wants, but she can't say nothing.
Right,
and that's what he was trying to do to me. And as a civil rights activist, and I have to say, the judge that I went up under, I felt like he was an honest judge. At that time, I felt like he was an honest judge, because I served Steve 3 different places and he didn't show up, and the judge did what he did. If Steve had showed up, I would have still been battling the same way. So at this time, that's what I'm saying as far as that's concerned. My prayers were always.
You know what? I just thought of something. You know why they silenced her? They gagged Mary because Steve was on a campaign to create this image, this perfect man, the one giving all this advice, writing all these books, and he wanted people to buy in to the fact that he had all this knowledge because he survived, a couple marriages, and now he's got this successful, perfect marriage with Marjorie and all the kids. He done adopted them and all this. And if Mary had came out with the truth, that would have tarnished that whole image.
Correct.
So that's why she was gagged. And then you're conspiring because you know the truth.
But they call it conspiring. I say I'm an activist standing for a victim who's been violated for so many years with a gag order. Like you said, you don't have freedom of speech. So what I'm supposed to do? Know that happened. Don't say that. It just happened to be it with Steve Harvey.
Listen, let me tell y'all, you know what? We done with this, America, society.
Come on.
You did this to the Black Panthers. You did this to the days of Martin Luther King. You did this to all our Black leaders. Divide, conquer, and you put that fucking conspiracy word on them. That's what you did to Huey P. Newton. That's what y'all did. Y'all put that conspiracy word, and then you lock them up and you shoot them up with drugs, shoot them up with mental, give them Seroquel and all this shit when they behind bars.
Correct. And this is the other thing with that. There, how many Black, real powerful women that you know for sure will fight beyond a shadow of doubt and expose anything? There's quite a few, but there's not enough. You see what I'm saying? We need enough voices to be heard. Anyone can be a civil rights activist. You, Diary, any other woman. I'm just telling you that an activist is someone who's standing for something. People say, why didn't you be a lawyer? I didn't want to be a lawyer because you got to get, in every state. I just like to battle and stand for what I believe in. One voice can make a difference. One voice can make a change. As Sweet Pea said, if you don't stand for something, we will fall for anything. As Black women, we rule this world. We are the mothers of this earth. And you guys go and check out a song I did back in 2010. I asked for Snoop Dogg and a lot of them. It was called No More Disrespect. My nickname was Red Darling, REDDDRLYN, Red Darling. It was called No More Disrespect. It was a movement for men all over the world, even the rappers. And look, if y'all Snoop changed. Snoop changed. He stopped losing those foul lyrics. Go back and look. He heard my voice and he made that change. And if you notice, he don't use foul lyrics when it comes to women. And there was several other rappers that I asked too. The movement was called No More Disrespect, but I straight went at men. Disrespectful men should have never been born. You dig what I'm saying? And I wasn't trying to be funny, but I was allowing people to know at 2010, we tired of the disrespect. When you call a woman a bitch, you calling your mother, that you calling your sister, that you calling your auntie, that you calling your grandmama, that when you call women sluts, hoes, what is your sister? What is your mother? See, you calling somebody else's daughter that, and I am a woman. So I will stand for women and their voices no matter what. But to know that one brother tried to silence a Black woman of my
Right.
My status, you know what I'm saying? My status, 30 years, never losing a case, and you gonna come and make me look like try to make me like a conspirator and an extortionist, and what women should be saying when they see this video. Please tell him, why did I become a victim of him? Because I wanted him to tell the truth. And check this out. All board lines accordingly. I will take a lie detector test. I'll take it with him. I'll take it against him. I'll take it with him. We can be in the same room. He can do his, but you may pay somebody to say that your shit's true. See what I'm saying? Right. I wouldn't trust his lie detector because he can pay somebody to say it's true. That would be the only difference in this whole thing. I would have to get somebody that damn sure, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm raw enough as one of them POs. I'll take some truth serum. Would he? That's how raw I am. Find some real truth serum, and you know that'll make us tell the truth. I'll take my shot. Would he? That wow. So that tells you a lot. And I'm high risk patient, but in order to prove who I am, but when I got the restraining order, I felt like I was vindicated. And I'm gonna show you guys one more thing. There's a if anybody like victims, it's good to a point, but there's still things that need to be changed. But there's a program called Safe at Home. Have you ever heard of that, beautiful?
No, I have not.
Safe at Home is a program for women that have been stalked, violated, domestic violence. I'm going to be working with the governor on changing some things because it's still got a lot of holes and a lot of things that I didn't like. But at least I will know how to fight for the next victim if something like that comes up. So what they do, if something comes up, the advocate has to get you in the program. But then after they get you in the program, they will put you in a program, so they'll give you a new address and stuff. And this, like, they give you your own ID number. I'm gonna cover my ID number, but just to show you kind of what the card look like.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
So now you know. See, when I was entered into the program,
yeah,
it expires 1/24. Okay.
Yeah.
14. They put me in the program January the 14th of 2020. I was in the program and I got the documents. I was entered into the program as a victim of stalking. And the person from the district attorney office, that was the advocate, helped do the paperwork to get me in it. But it appeared when you get you in it, what happens after they get you in it? You see what I'm saying? We'll talk about that later, but I just wanted to show you they're always out. And I took the test, so I was a victim, and still is to a degree because people are still trying me. But I became a victim's advocate to know how to try to halfway keep women safer if I'm not in a state to help support them. So to know this system, to have ways to help victims that do have voices, that does have domestic violence or being abused, I can help them some type of way. Because usually I would be fighting for big companies. Like I have a case right now against Tyson Foods. That's a whole nother thing. We got that going on. And other people too. So I want people to know I don't fight just for celebrities. It just happened to marry a celebrity's ex-wife. I fight for anybody, good, bad, and indifferent. But right now I'm hanging up my hat and I'm going to use my voice to make sisters like you and Geneva and Shaka and others stronger. So one day we can all join forces together and let our voice be heard. I don't want Rosa Parks to think she sat to the back of that bus and came on.
No, that's right.
And we finna still sit up here and keep sitting to the back of the bus like we ain't got a voice. Now Rosa is deceased and passed on, and it appears to be that they still got the black women sitting to the back of the bus. Can we get to the front of the bus now, women? Can we go? That's my final statement. Be blessed.
Thank you, Miss Berry. And as I stated, you are welcome here anytime. We stand with Miss Berry. So if anybody in these comments gets disrespectful, you will be blocked immediately from this channel. I'm going to provide links at the bottom in the description box for anyone that is a victim of stalking, cyberbullying, harassment, domestic violence. There will be some links in the bottom of this description box. Thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. We out.